Since the dawn of humanity, there was always a burning question that circulated in every cave person's face. How do we make life easier, Ungawa?
Boss, you don't know how cave people used to talk?
Oi, do you?
I mean, sort of. I just need some time to look up on my Mesopotamian shit, okay?
Well then, shush. I'm taking artistic liberties here. So is it really a surprise that there was a cartoon in the 60s that focused on the prehistoric times, but making it modern? Yes, of course, I'm talking about the Flintstones.
Ah, yes, the Flintstones. It was the first primetime animated sitcom that ran from 1960 to 1966. It has taken an extended life in the form of movies and spin-off series.
Yeah, and there was one in 2021 that was kind of a sequel. I think it was aimed at kids and aired on the Boomerang channel, and it followed the exploits of a slightly older Pebbles and Bam Bam.
Excuse us. Sorry to intrude, but the door was, not a door anymore, so...
We heard your song. Your voice is beautiful. It's like the voice of a tiny monkey.
One more how?
It's actually pretty funny. Also, the animation kind of reminds me of the old Nickelodeon show Kablam, so maybe I'm just a teeny bit biased.
Alright, boss, I'll bite. Why are we talking about some old cartoon show from literal prehistoric times?
Because, my dear lad, we're going to be talking about another game from my youth that I never got to beat. It's the Flintstones, The Treasure of Sierra Madrock for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Yabba Dabba Doo, trademark. It's your chance to become the Grand Poobah of the Royal Order of Water Buffaloes. All you have to do is find the Treasure of Sierra Madrock. So stop stalling and start searching.
Nothing says kids game quite like playing as two married middle-aged men trying to do something on behalf of their fraternal lodge.
You know, now that you mention it, I don't think even I knew what the heck the lodge was when I was watching the show when I was a kid. You play as both Fred and Barney, regardless of whether or not you're playing a 1- or 2-player game, which is certainly an interesting choice. I mean, regardless of the actual number of players, both Fred and Barney behave separately. They move around the map separately, they have their own set of clams, which is the game's currency. However, in the end, you need to get them both to the quote-unquote finish line if you want to proceed to the next level. Oh god, watch out for Wilma! No, I'm serious, that's the name of the whole section in this manual. Another redhead that could kick my ass whom I'd do anything for.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, wait, what? Let's see, we got a list of items that we can encounter along the way with their effects. Pretty self-explanatory. Oh, and you got some not-so-self-explanatory stuff on here. What with the spaces on the map, I mean. Let's see, cafes will get you some food items to recover health or get some additional lives. Bones, a very special place. Pay a visit and find out for yourself. Holy crap, thanks, dude. I hate it when the manuals are cryptic. Stadium, the best place to play sports. Winners get extra jump power. Park, if you have the clams, they'll have the games. Always an excellent place to go to if you can afford it. Heart, bonus stage. Grab all you can while you have the chance. Normal, just your average space. All you have to do is clear it. Uh-oh, and there's a password system here, since there's like no save feature. Oh god, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Well, that's pretty much everything in the manual. Now it's time to get playing. So as the opening cinematic plays, the text painfully, and I mean painfully, rolls slowly to reveal the dialogue between the characters. You can skip or you can fast forward through it. Now here's the thing though, if you fast forward, there's a distinct possibility that you skip over a large chunk of text or even skip the whole thing altogether, because it just fast forwards that fast. Yeah, there's no in between here. Although it's not like you're missing out on some expertly written epic here. Basically, the Grand Poobah, the leader of the Water Buffaloes, is retiring, much to the dismay of everyone in the lodge. Well, there ain't no way that you could tell me that Sam Slackheap isn't some sort of Time Lord. He's got at least like 7 entirely different looks throughout the series. He'll be choosing the successor based on who can get the fabled Treasure of Sierra Madrock. Whoever finds it gets to be the new Grand Poobah. Well, a lot of people got over the Grand Poobah's retirement real fast, because everyone is out the door as soon as that announcement was given, leaving Fred and Barney in the dust. We're then set loose onto the world. Well, Bedrock to start with. So what we got here is your standard platformer. Going up against time, for the most part we got 90 seconds to get through a stage. Less than that in some rare occasions when the game wants to be a dickweed. We alternate between Fred and Barney, each one needing to throw out a round stone with a number on it. That'll dictate how far on the map you can move. Kinda like on a board game. During my various playthroughs, I've never been able to get higher than a 3. If you beat the stage you land on, you get to stay there until you roll to move again. If you lose at the stage, you get sent right back to where you came from to roll again. At the end of each stage, there's a bingo board. Each time you finish a stage, the bingo board will count the second number on the timer. If you get a number that's already highlighted, you'll get gifted an apple that recovers 1 heart of your life meter. 1 row gets you 1 up, 2 rows gets you 3 up, and 3 rows gets you 5 up. The stages themselves are somewhat forgiving, so long as you remember that this ain't Sonic. It pays to be mindful of your surroundings when platforming. If you're not careful, you'll dive right into hazards unless you have lightning-fast reflexes. The stages in the first world is your standard Flintstones affair. Angry dinos, disgruntled water buffalo members, and whatever the hell this is. All stand in your way as you try to get to hey, Chip, where am I going?
Actually, boss, I'm not sure. Didn't it say in the instruction manual?
No. I mean, I read the thing a few times, but I honestly don't even know what the end goal of the game is. I thought those skull spaces were like boss levels, but so far it only houses a big monkey that throws coconuts at you. He also stomps on the ground and makes it rain coconuts that just starts to become a real pain in the gluteus maximus. At least when Barney bumps into Wilma or Fred bumps into Betty, you don't get dragged to the start like if it were to happen vice versa. You just get an ominous warning. So that's good at least.
Oh, wow. It's nice to see the nagging wife trope make it into an SNES game.
Hey, at least it's relegated to the game and the show. It's not like they have a disembodied twink AI nagging and gaslighting them every step of the way.
Yeah, I guess so. At least they had the... Hey, y'all! Wait a second.
Good to see you, twink. You can also go to the stadium and, as the instruction manual said, train to gain a second jump. It's also good training for what's gonna happen next. What I came to find out through just exploring the map is that I gotta get to that smug-looking bastard over there. So once you finally get to that random NPC who tries to run away the moment you try to get close, mind you, you'll find out that he has a map that leads straight to Sierra Madrock, and the only way to get it is to beat him at a running race. This mode reminds me of the original Mario Kart or F-Zero. Hold Y to make Fred or Barney move. Though I think it goes without saying that you might want to let go of Y on some turns, otherwise you're liable to hit a wall, a rough patch of grass, or dark soil.
Dark soil? What is that? Some mysterious toxic substance that can kill the main characters?
No, although it does sound like the bargain bin version of Dark Souls. It's just darker tinted soil that slows your character down when they walk on it.
Oh, well that's slightly less fun.
Oh, don't you worry. There's gonna be plenty of murdery things farther down the line, believe me. After you clear Bedrock, you gotta go to the top of the map to follow a path off the map. That made sense. Time to go to World 2, Magma Rock. Things are of a much more clay-colored theme here as our Stone Age middle-aged men traverse this new world. Quicksands, pterodactyls, hurling rocks, and small triceratops are some of the enemies that you encounter here. The difficulty ramps up just a little as the stages tend to keep you on your toes. Nothing too ridiculous though. When you get to the water buffalo member on the map, they oddly enough don't have anything on them per se. Like the other one who had the map. This one just says, I'm gonna be Grand Poobah and there ain't nothing you could do about it. Apparently racing this guy named Quartz, no, not that one, will consist of riding around in small carts, which are just tiny versions of the vehicles that you see on the show, with quartz being 3 times our size for some reason. Anywho, we make him eat dust, and then he gives us, shoes? Ice skates? I don't know. He gives us some possible footwear and bows out of the Grand Poobah race. Next up is World 3, Snow Rock. Basically, everything is the ice level from Super Mario World, coupled with a lot of ice and snow-themed obstacles. There are also certain spots of the map that slip and slide you in different directions, so you can't really just go in a straight line.
Ah, come on, boss. You gotta have your platforming mixed in with your slippery levels.
Ugh. Really? A compass frozen in a glacier? Can't we just breathe on it a lot and hope that it melts? No? Okay. Aha! So this Joker apparently just obtained a hammer and chisel. Oh, what a coincidence. That's exactly what we need to break that compass out of its icy prison. We get this, of course, by running yet another race, this time on foot, non-ice. Oh, that quartz guy gave us ice skates, apparently. That's what they were supposed to be. Also, I find it hilariously cruel that even if you beat things initially as Barney, like beating this marble fella at ice skating, Fred will still get the credit regardless. Man, Barney just can't catch a break, can he? With the opponent beat and the compass secure, we can move on to the next world. World 4, Jungle Rock. Hey! Give that back, you overgrown dinosaur!
Gotcha, bitch!
Why would you even want a compass? Now we gotta track that bugger down and confront it to get it back. Okay, now I'm starting to get annoyed. I mean, you got platforming and have to deal with these enemies that can jump after you on the platforms. Well, not to mention they have the ability to respawn the moment you move far enough in either direction.
This time around, the final boss isn't a random water buffalo member. It's the pterodactyl that stole the compass.
That rambunctious son of a gun throws rocks at you and lunges at you, dealing damage if you don't get out of the way. However, with perseverance, the 2-winged beast can be vanquished. You then have to get both Fred and Barney on a raft at the bottom of the map to progress to the next world. Oh, we're now in the home stretch with World 5, Cave Rock. Off the bat, the vibe is an immediate 180 from everything we're used to in the game. Everything is dark, spooky, and you're not even allowed to try to look ahead on the map to see what you're in for.
It's time to get her spooky scary on.
Hey, no spooky scary, creepy at most. At this point, the game hurls everything it's got at you. Water hazards, enemies flying at you from the ceiling, balancing on floating objects to get from point A to point B, ceilings that come crashing down in a hectic rhythm. All of that while dealing with a shorter than usual time limit on quite a number of these stages, which can be a goddamn obstacle when you're trying to just stay alive and navigate this pit of despair. Huh, this Flintstones SNES game is an actual challenge. Go figure.
No kidding. I never saw someone curse bats so much in one sitting. Like, ever.
Those bats were the bane of my existence, Chip. I'd rather go through the Zubat cave in Pokemon than deal with them again. There are also 2 sections to this final level, with the last part being a marathon of landing on those spaces that are specifically reserved for harder levels. I found out they're all not just where the monkey lives. There's way more stuff in them, apparently. Well, harder levels or bonus levels. So you're either going to be real happy or real annoyed. If you manage to get through the entire gauntlet, you'll finally get treated to the last cinematic of the game.
Oh boy!
Upon emerging from the cave they were in, the thing lands right on his head. Hey, careful there. If Fred gets hit in the head too hard, he'll assume the identity of seemingly dozens of other personalities that are stored in his brain somewhere. The duo open up the chest to find the Poopa's pendant. That makes Fred the Grand Poopa. Wait a minute. What about Barney? Kind of just leaves him on the side without so much as a thank you. Sheesh. Well, we now wordlessly go through the ending proper, which of course leads to Wilma and Betty catching up to the boys, who promptly run away, also seemingly because the entire order of water buffaloes are also giving chase. It's a whole chase scene that fades away that reveals Fred at the podium of the Water Buffalo Lodge. With that, the game is over and you get thrown right to the title screen again. And that, my friends, was The Flintstones, The Treasure of Sierra Madrock. You know what? Despite some frustrations here and there, that was actually a pretty solid game. It's fun, vibrant, and even when it tries to bring all hell down upon thee, it does it in a way where, while it is frustrating, it doesn't make me want to break my controller. Oh, and the songs, they're pretty damn solid. It's also pretty dang generous with the lives, too. I mean, I found myself not getting game over a lot, even though I was dying a considerable amount.
So, boss, what's the verdict? Is it a yabba dabba do or a yabba dabba don't?
You know what? I'm gonna say this is a solid yabba dabba do. If you can get it, give it a spin. Anywho, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button so you get informed when the next video comes out. And as always, remember...
Yabba dabba do.
What? Chip?
I mean, stay safe and keep on gaming.